There's something special going on in Anaheim. How about Reid Detmers becoming the youngest Angels pitcher ever to throw a no-hitter in just his 11th career start? This was absolutely fantastic, and I love what he said after the game. It was like he blacked out after the sixth. Love it. Just complete and utter domination. No hits, obviously. Just one walk. And how about the fact that he only struck out a couple of batters? He was really sharp and in total command on the mound in every possible way. This was awesome. And there's also a big picture here, too. The Angels are for real. The starting pitching has been superb. Anaheim is 21-11. This is not a fluke. It's not like prior years. And how about this? On a night where Reid Detmers throws a no-hitter, you can make the case that there were actually bigger stories. Mike Trout hit 2 more home runs. And the greatest of all time is healthy and simply on fire. Back to an MVP level after missing so much of last season with an injury. Mike Trout hitting .337 with an on-base percentage of .457. The GOAT is doing GOAT things. And when you have a healthy Mike Trout and a healthy Shohei Ohtani, it's everything for the Angels. But the Angels, they at the end of the day have to be a complete team. And here in 2022, they've proven they're more than just Trouts and Ohtani. They're a complete team and a fun team. Remember when Anthony Rendon signed that massive contract after the Washington World Series win? Well, it's finally clicked for him in Anaheim, and the fun quotient is off the charts. I want you to notice he's batting lefty right there, which is noteworthy because he's a righty. The Rays put in a position player, Brett Phillips, to pitch, and Rendon rocked one out of the yard, batting the other way. What could go right is going right for the Angels. I love it. I love the way the bullpen is pitched. I love Joe Madden pushing all the right buttons. I love the fun the Cowboy Gene Autry had in the dugout following each and every home run. And I love the special night for the young pitcher throwing the no-no, but the fact that the Angels are about so much more. A loser's lament from a loser. Tears of a clown. Woe is me. Or perhaps most fitting here, cry me a rivers. Doc Rivers had no answers because his team got punked. The 76ers lost by 35 points in a Game 5. Now it's a disgrace. The Eastern Conference semis, they were tied at 2, and this is the effort that they give last night. It's deplorable, in a lot of ways predictable. That's Doc Rivers, that's James Harden. This is what they do come playoff time. Now, Joel Embiid was terrible last night, but I give JoJo a pass. He's playing with a concussion. He's playing with a fractured eye. Joel Embiid is playing with torn thumb ligaments. And, oh, by the way, he got clocked in the face with the basketball last night with all of those issues with the eyes and the head. Look, I totally disagree with the notion that Embiid wasn't engaged or trying to do too much because he was upset after he didn't win the MVP. As he said post-game, look, he's known he wasn't the MVP forever. I mean, that old Tim Bontemps straw poll from a month ago told him that. Also, common sense. This was about coaching and lack of effort. Philly shot 36% from the floor, 28% from 3. They couldn't rebound, play a lick of defense. Philly had its collective heads and its collective backsides. And honestly, I don't want to hear Doc Rivers trying to make jokes or say that he doesn't know if he should watch the tape or burn the tape. Doc, this is you. This is on you. There was no effort. There was no plan. There was no clue. There was no leadership from the sideline. No direction for the team to look at a coach and say, that's our guy. That's our leader. That's who's going to inspire us or lead us. And Doc Rivers, it's a disaster. It turns out, by the way, Game 4 was a fluke for James Harden, back to being a nondescript facilitator. And look, there's nothing fluky about a Doc Rivers team failing or having a no-show in a big spot. When this team loses to Miami in this series, something's going to have to change. And that will be Doc Rivers, who I betcha is going to be the ex-head coach of the Sixers. We had another official nuggets that was released for the 2022 NFL schedule, and it's a Week 10 Packers and Cowboys showdown, and Lambeau Field. Two iconic and historic franchises. A lot of great history, including recent history. I will always be on the side of Dez absolutely caught it. But I digress. It's the return of Mike McCarthy to Lambeau Field for the first time since the Packers fired him, and I hope the Packers fans have great appreciation for what Mike did in Green Bay. He has a street named after him because he won a lot of games and the championship. And yeah, I remember Brandon Bostic and Championship Sunday in Seattle years ago, but I also remember all the great times and the numbers, the nuggets of jubilation and domination on your screen. They speak for themselves. But truth be told, I'm not really feeling Mike McCarthy's current team. I think the Packers are clearly the better team in this game, even with the real issues of the Green Bay Packers being vacant at wide receiver. The defense is legit, so is the run game, and Aaron Rodgers is the most talented quarterback who ever lived. Rodgers coming off of winning back-to-back MVPs. That's now 4 for Aaron Rodgers in his career. Look, I'm a Dak Prescott fan. That's well documented. But I'm worried about the Cowboys this year. Amari Cooper is gone. They are worse on the offensive line. How much does Zeke have left in the tank? The defense is great. I love CeeDee Lamb, but is it enough to beat the Packers in this game? Or is it enough to beat out the Eagles in the NFC East? I'm concerned. Aaron Rodgers means the Packers will be in the Super Bowl mix even with a depleted group at wide receiver. Dak isn't Rodgers. That means the Cowboys are not the Packers. Needless to say, what a moment for my guy Aaron Judge last night. The New York Yankees, my New York Yankees, your New York Yankees, our New York Yankees are currently the best team in baseball. And listen, there was no doubt about this one. Deep into the Bronx Knights last night, and this was a great game. Had a playoff intensity. The Blue Jays are great. First walk-off of Aaron Judge's career when Trevino, the light-hitting ninth batter for the Yankees, the outstanding defensive catcher, when he walked, 1 out, real time. I said, all right, if DJ gets on, Judge is going yard, and he did, and that was awesome. Aaron Judge bet on himself in terms of the contract, and he is locked in. He's the straw that's stirring the drink, and Yankees and Jays had an afternoon game at Yankee Stadium today, and it was the Gleyber Torres show. You better not show Chris Woodward, the Rangers GM, that home run. Yankee Stadium homer, absolutely. How about Gleyber Torres? All 5 runs were batted in by Torres. He had a phenomenal day. And listen, the Blue Jays are an unbelievable baseball team, albeit a brief 2-game series, but the Yankees bust out the brooms. There's something special going on with the Yankees. Great vibes, great defense, great pitching, timely hitting. That moment from Aaron Judge, special. That was awesome. Aaron Judge is absolutely locked in. Whoa. Needless to say, Sean Marks sent a clear message to Kyrie Irving about his future with the Nets, and there is a major availability question when it comes to Kyrie. It was stepping away from the game a couple of years ago and just not showing up. Then this past year, he was a part-time player because of his vaccination status. And Kyrie Irving is, simply put, not committed to the Brooklyn Nets. And it's a shame because obviously he is a sensational player. But you see at the bottom of the screen there, he's got a player option, okay? If for some reason Kyrie opts out, the Nets cannot offer him a new deal. They can't do it. And I know that they will because Kevin Durant's going to make sure of it. But look, it makes no sense. It's counterproductive. Marks at his press conference also talked about getting hungry players who want to win, something to prove, to fill out the lineup. Boy, the Brooklyn Nets were an utter failure this past year, and it starts with Kyrie Irving, who has never prioritized ball and winning since Brooklyn gave him gobs of cash. Frankly, Kevin Durant should just say, let him go. He's not going to do it. The goal for the Nets, and Mark stressed it for next year, win a championship. I don't know how you do that with part-time Kyrie. Needless to say, Jimmy Butler shines brightest when it matters the most. 23 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists. He made 60% of his shots. Jimmy Butler was a plus 36 last night. A plus 36. sticking it to his former team. Philly made a horrendous mistake when they didn't re-sign Jimmy Butler. He was everything that Philly lacked in terms of toughness, everything that they lacked last night in terms of accountability. Philly fans love Jimmy Butler. They should have never, ever, ever let him go. That was a tremendous win for Miami. Obviously, as we said to start the show, the big story, the big theme is anti-Philly. Don't let the effort from Butler and Eric Spoelstra's Miami Heat team, don't let that fly under the radar. That was excellent stuff. The Suns looked like a championship caliber team last night, and the way Devin Booker played, he's now 100% healthy. And what was so impressive to me, Booker, DeAndre Ayton, they took a close game in the first half. They made it a lopsided affair in the third quarter. And they just absolutely punked Dallas, ran past Dallas, overwhelmed Dallas. That's what a championship caliber team does. Look, Chris Paul distributed. That was pretty awesome. Ayton was a beast down low. This was a legit big three. It was also inspiring. I still think the Warriors are the team to beat for a championship, and that's how it is in Vegas. The team we saw last night for Phoenix can beat Golden State and win a championship. Welcome back, Time to Shine. We have a whiteboard, and we're going to use it. The Memphis Grizzlies announced that superstar Ja Morant doubtful to play in the playoffs again due to that bone bruise in his injured right knee. So Ja Morant, if he's out for the postseason, that is morose, sad. That's as brutal as it gets. The sheer joy and jubilation that I have as a sports fan watching Ja Morant has been well documented, seemingly on a night-in, night-out basis on Time to Shine. And here's the other thing. We were en route with a healthy Ja to a 6-7 game pulsating series. Look at these numbers Ja was putting up in the first 3 games, averaging 38 points a game. I mean, pick your next nugget of domination. 43% from 3. The rebounds, the assists off the charts. I think the Warriors wrap it up tonight. There's no chance at the end of the day that the Memphis Grizzlies can win. Keep it close? Sure. The crowd's going to be amazing. Amazing basketball fans and sports fans in Memphis, but I am morose. We're not going to see Ja Morant. Gigantic Game 5 between the Celtics and Bucks tonight with the series tied at 2. So, Celtics basketball is everything. Kind of like my handwriting. Everything. Watching the Boston Celtics work and do their magic, it's inspiring. The ball movement, the movement without the ball, the never say die attitude. Al Horford, bam! I mean, this guy, I thought he was done. I thought he was cooked. Jason Tatum, he's a superstar. And the way he and Horford took over Game 4 was awesome. And remember, this team has just been the best in the league since January the 23rd. It's a home game, which is obviously a big deal for a Game 5. I'm sure at the end of the day, Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to get his tonight. He's a matchup nightmare, but not having Chris Middleton, it's a huge deal offensively and defensively for Milwaukee in this series. Remember, Boston played to win at the end of the season, wasn't worried in that final game about Brooklyn. Milwaukee was comfortable going up against Chicago. Related story, pivotal home game, Game 5 in Boston tonight. Celtics basketball, everything. To the Stanley Cup playoffs. The Maple Leafs win last night was inspiring. Absolutely inspiring. Look, you know that I picked the Maple Leafs to win the Stanley Cup, and I guaranteed that they were going to win last night, and Austin Matthews was going to score a goal, and I was clearly right. When they were down 2-0 to obviously a tremendous Lightning team, one that has championship fiber and metal after winning a couple of cups in a row, Down 2-0. Well, that's usually when the Leafs are at their worst in terms of El Foldo in the postseason. Well, not the case anymore. And the fact that they came back and John Tavares had that power play goal, I mean, it was awesome. And Austin Matthews, it's more like Austin Powers. This guy is just the absolute best on the planet, and the way he was able to get it done, seal the deal for the Leafs, inspiring. Also a harbinger of things to come. We want the cup in Toronto.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.